Well, Bob Saget, what a treat to see you revealed as the Squiggly Monster on The Masked Singer. We're betting that's not a character name you ever foresaw in your career.
No, I didn't think I'd be putting that on my reel or on my resume. Maybe under special skills, I can wear a mascot outfit and sing.
Right, right. So we've known you for so long, and yet you still surprise us. Fans of your comedy were aware you could sing, but how much fun was it to share that side of yourself with a whole new audience?
It was really quite a fun experience, and it was so top secret. They had all, besides COVID rules and everything. I never came in contact with any other contestants. It's like hilarious. I mean, and I have a friend, Tom Bergeron, had done it, and he said it was the best time he ever had. And I did 2 shows. I should have gone on to 3, but Broccoli, I guess, brought it. But here I am in a lineup. I didn't know I'd be in a lineup with jellyfish, mushroom, and broccoli. It's like the most strange looking groups of people you wouldn't want to pick out in a police station. That's the one that did it, mushroom. No, mushroom's innocent. Broccoli. I don't trust broccoli, but broccoli's talented.
Broccoli.
I'd still be there if broccoli wasn't so good. But it was just, the security was really intense. Nobody would ever see my face, N95 and then a visor and then a hoodie, and the AD would go, "I got Squiggly walking. Squiggly's walking." And
like Secret Service or something.
It really was. The car would pull up in front of the house and say Squiggly or SM. Squiggly Monster. I didn't know where I would go, but it was, it's the A team, the people that run that thing, not Mr. T and stuff, George Pard, but it's a really well run show. And I've known everybody. Ken's a friend, and Robin I've known since he was a kid, and because I was close with Alan, and then we just became friends anyway. And Wayne Brady I've known. I mean, it was very strange. And Nick Cannon I've known over the years. So they pretty much guessed me, not on the first episode last week, but this one was like, that was the end of that. But I think I should have gone on longer. Or, it's hard to wear a 35-pound thing on your head and sing with the foam. As soon as you do a jump in that, the foam astronaut head chokes you. So my larynx was, once I got the head off, I could sing. I was pretty happy.
Well, all the Masked Singer costumes are amazingly over the top, but this one did seem next level. How did you adapt to the extra arms and everything else?
Yeah, they weren't difficult because they were with filament, like fishing line hooked on, but stronger to the 2 arms. So then I had the other set underneath. Look, I'm trying to be squiggly. And they're lobster claws. So that's like the joke. Is how do you hold the mic? So they're mittens basically. So all I had was this, and so then they had to like put a little ring built in, and then I just had double stick tape the whole thing. So that mic was part of my hand until the very end.
Yeah, it was fused to you.
Fused until the very end when Nick handed me the mic to sing Satisfaction without my head on, which was it was so freeing. Yeah, I was asked to do the show for a couple of years, and I wasn't available. I was touring or I was working, and as soon as they asked, I'm like, "Are you guys COVID safe?" And they went, "Yeah." I said, "Oh, sign me up." And then they said, "Do you want to? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be this or Squiggly Monster?" And I was like, "Squiggly, hello."
Squiggly Monster.
Right. How could I be anybody else? It's insane.
Can't turn that down.
No.
You mentioned, knowing Robin for a long time and obviously being in the same circle with Nick and Ken and Wayne Brady over the years. Part of what makes the show so fun is hearing the judges' guesses, and they're not always on the ball from the beginning. But this time there was pretty across the board accuracy. Were you surprised that they were able to figure you out so quickly, or did you try to disguise yourself or throw them off?
It's really difficult to not know it's me. Like Candace Cameron Bure, my TV daughter and friend since she was 10, she sent me a video screaming, "It's you. I know it's you. I know your voice. I know how you move." And I was doing this stuff and peace out, and all kinds of weird, want to be a rapper kind of moves.
Maybe that's why Nicole guessed one of the Yin Yang twins, and
that was hilarious
there too.
And I was like complimented. I was like, awesome. And then which one? Well, the one that matches the hair to Squiggly.
Yeah,
That was the answer. I mean, it wasn't like Milli Vanilli because you know, I ain't singing to a track. You know, you're out there
it
doing it,
really
and
was you.
it's one take. And I wanted to back up and redo that Satisfaction because there was a weird choreography change. But you know, I've done Broadway. You know that things happen. It's one take. You're done.
The show must
And
go on.
it always. And you know, you get 2 minutes to sing a song, which is, you know, I never wanted to do talent competitions. Even when I was broke, I wouldn't do Star Search when I was a kid. And so this was a no-brainer. I mean, you know, it's a very popular show. It makes a lot of people happy. It's almost the only thing that could make you happy right now on television, unless I've pretty much watched all the other shows and binged them with my wife.
No shortage of feel-good content coming from this show, and it was definitely
Right.
nice to see. And as you'd mentioned, Candace obviously really enjoyed seeing you on the show, and she was so excited to have figured you out. And we have the video that she sent you earlier in the season.
You're on The Masked Singer. I know your voice. I know your voice. Oh my gosh. Like the second note you hit, I'm like, that's Bob. Oh my gosh.
How did you respond to that, or even could you, because you're supposed to keep it a secret? Did you text her back?
Of course I texted her back. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And then an emoticon with a zipper over the mouth because I signed an NDA. You know, you got to be very, you can't talk. My wife signed one. My oldest daughter signed one. My middle daughter didn't because she was, even though she was in a group text, she was like, whatever you're doing, have fun. You know, she doesn't know what the show is. She
I'm going to stay on the sidelines for this.
She's incredibly smart. She just does her thing. And my other daughter's adorable. They're all adorable. I mean, I'm really lucky. And who else signed it? Well, my wife couldn't tell her family. She said, Bob's on I Can See Your Voice tonight, but you might want to tune in earlier because the show before it is really good tonight, I'm told.
Yeah.
And they were, why do you want us to watch it? Just watch it.
Just
watch it. Right. So it was top secret. It's so funny to be so top secret about something so fun and silly.
Yeah. When we heard John Stamos actually helped you prepare, so he must have known what was up too.
He did, and he was going to be in the third package. He was going to be, had I come back, which I believe I should have. I guess Broccoli just brought his game. I guess it was Broccoli. That's who I looked at as my main competition, Broccoli. But he was going to do a thing because I was going to sing Folsom Prison by Johnny Cash. And I really wanted to do that with a lobster claw. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. That's that was comedy right there. And John was just supportive and signed an NDA. You know, everybody should sign one this year.
Have you talked to John since last night, since now that he knows that your journey's come to an end? Because he's now we're not going to get to see his clue.
No, and they do it as another voice and another character anyway when it's your friend talking about you. Like I did one for Tom Bergeron,
right.
But it wasn't me saying it. It was someone else how they do it to make it more fun and cartoony. But John and I were just texting. I said it's on, and then I sent him some press. And the joke is the press it gets because that's the world we're in. It's literally like all these magazines and all this craziness, and here I am talking to you about Squiggly Monster. You know.
Well, seeing the whole Full House family stay so close over the years is such a treat for fans, and that kind of love and unity you were talking about. You're always so encouraging of each other during ups and downs. Tell us about that bond and also why it's important for you to support Lori during this time.
Well, you know, everybody goes through stuff, and I've gone through stuff. I've had a couple moments where literally the cast saved my life once, and I won't go into it because it's a whole other story, and why start one of those from years ago? But, you know, when someone's going through a hard time and you love them, you make it known. That's where texting's a good thing. That's where it's okay to text. You know, sometimes a heart emoji, and if you go to the screen and have all the hearts come up, just that one moment can mean something to somebody, and especially when you love them. So yeah, we love each other, and I love Lori. So life is it's full of a lot of stuff.
So what surprised you most about this experience, and has it inspired you to pursue maybe more musical endeavors in the future? We think John would have your back on that.
Well, John's very talented. He would be awesome at it because I'd love to see him as a grotesque monster, and then they take the head off, and it's beautiful, John. I've been doing, since I've done stand-up, I did music since I was 15 years old, and I started doing stand-up at 17. I was a musical guitar act, comedy songs. So in all my specials that I've done 3-4 songs. So people that watch my specials know my voice. And I did a little bit of, on Broadway, I was in The Drowsy Chaperone. I had a little bit of singing, but I love music. You know, I have relative pitch is what I'm told. Not perfect pitch, but perfect pitch means, I guess you could say sing a D, and I'd go, and that sounds like a duck. But I can, you know, obviously I know how to do it. I don't go flat. You know, someone on Instagram was like, that was auto-tune. I'm like, no, it wasn't. There is no auto-tune. I did not. Maybe they help other people. I don't think so. I don't think they do. I mean, that's me. So and that's why I like doing music. In fact, I was ready to be out on tour right now. I'd be doing a special right around now or next month. Had all of this not happened, and there are about 4 new songs that I think they're the best songs I've ever written. So that will sound like Squiggly. People go, wait a minute, that's Squiggly.
Right.
No.
You have an
Squiggly
alter ego now.
Yeah. My wife wants me to have the costume at home. I think she's more attractive.
Why not?
She likes me better. Well, I'm more cuddly, you know. She thinks it's adorable. She calls me Squiggly right now. It's kind of disconcerting.
Well, we'll be staying tuned to see more music from you, and congratulations again on a really fun run on The Masked Singer. And I think you're not the only one who wanted to see you go a little bit farther, and we'll keep an eye on Broccoli from now on for sure.
Thank you, because he's probably steamed. What? Yeah. See, that's the jokes you do for a family show. Yeah. Family shows like that show, puns are the answer. Dad jokes are the answer. And all the stuff, even in the packages, it always has, you know, jokes about eyes, you know, a pun, you know. Yeah. I will miss you guys, EYE, you know, that's like a hardcore joke when you're entertaining families at 8:00 at night, 7 Central.
Well, when in doubt, dad jokes, and we'll be keeping an eye on you and Broccoli. And thanks again for taking the time to chat.
Thanks so much, and all the best. Be well.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.